Good morning. Here we are at Billecart in Champagne, France, and I'm here with Florent, the winemaker, and Mathieu Billecart, who are hosting us. Thank you both so much for the invitation to join you, to taste, to tour the cellars, to ask you a lot of fun questions. We can begin whenever you're ready.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming.
The pleasure is all mine. So obviously this is a family business, which is amazing. My family has a family business too. Unfortunately, it's not a winery. I wish it was. If you could share a little bit more about the story for those that might not be aware of the history, I think that would be interesting.
So our house was founded in 1818. So this year is our bicentennial year, 2018. I am seventh generation. So Billecart is one of the very last few, and I would say probably, very, very last few, to have always been family controlled and family run. It's very important because you can be family owned, but if you really want the business to live your family values, you cannot dissociate ownership and management.
Right.
Oh, that's what we strongly believe in. So that's it really on the family. 200 years history, 7th generation, always controlled and run by a family member. And my only ambition for the business for the next 30 years is I pass it on to the 8th generation in better shape than I found it, and it's going to be hard because I think the business is in great shape and the wines in the cellar are good. Hopefully we'll prove that today.
Yeah, so I have a question for you. Obviously, as a winemaker, you taste a lot of wine and you're constantly spitting, to stay sharp. And what is the wine that you feel guiltiest spitting?
Indoors?
Yes.
Yes. I enjoy the Brut Rosé.
Right.
Because it is so wonderful. We put the best wine in the blend. You have a big part of Chardonnay, and we need for very Chardonnay minerality, powerful but also elegance. And for me, it's one of my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
The one I probably won't spit is Nicolas François. Nicolas François, which is our prestige brut, very small quantity. So I know we take the very best part of the very best cru, and you are on 12 at the moment, between 12 and 16 years aging.
Whoa.
So when you consider the amount of effort that's gone in, it feels a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, it's tough when I bring non-industry friends to wine tasting events. They're like, "Why are you spitting?" And I'm like, "Because that's what journalists do." I'm on vacation this week, so I might be bending the rules a little bit, and
And rightly so.
Yes, but
one of the key feature of Billecart is we are a gastronomy wine. We primarily sell to Michelin star restaurants 1, 2, 3, all very good restaurants and luxury hotels. That's where we work. We have a very selective distribution, so it's around this and independent wine retailers. So we don't want to be in supermarkets, we don't want to be in your average place, we want to be where the Billecart customers are, and they tend to be in those places. So these ones are designed to do aperitif, but also go over food. They're all designed for it to a greater or lesser extent.
okay.
And as you go through the range, you will see it will become obvious to you which one is more suited for that style. Because this is the one with the most volume at the end of the day. It can't do everything, but it's probably the closest to an all-rounder than we deliver. It will do your before party, it will carry on through the meal if you need to, and if it can be your after party. This is what it's meant to be.
Very universal.
Very selective universality.
But the best but universal with food pairings, which is nice.
Yes.
What are your goals for the company? When you become CEO, how are you going to make it better and continue to grow it or maintain it?
We have an unusual view. We take a transgenerational view about how to make it better. Most businesses have a 1-year target, 5-year target. Some may have 10 years, but most CEOs don't last that long. So it's a bit. I take a 30-year view.
Okay.
So we work on very long cycles in terms of vineyard management, cru selection. The how is to be defined, but fundamentally the principles are going to be, we're going to stay at the size that we are in today and focus on working very little things that will enable us to make a very, very good product, an even better product.
And I was reading how there was a millennial wine competition, and originally you guys were hesitant to enter, and then you entered and you were one of the winners. So
You're right, yes.
What do the millennials mean to you? And as you two are leading this into the next 30-year generation.
So it was, I see what you mean. It wasn't it was a turn of the millennium time
Okay.
where Richard Julien decided. Richard Julien is the big wine critic for Champagne, or certainly one of the leading authorities.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote to the champagne houses and said, "You please provide me with the best champagne your house has ever produced, or in the last millennium," which means ever because champagne didn't exist before, or not that we know of. So we participated in that competition. We only sent 2 vintages, 1959, because this is the one that, and it wasn't me, but the 6th generation knew from the 5th generation was what they thought was the best
Yep.
champagne. And Antoine was the one dealing with that. Antoine is 6th generation and works for the company in a number of export markets. And he picked 1961 simply because this is Europe. There was no other reason.
Sentimental.
There was no other reason.
Because why?
It was the year I was born.
There was no other reason. I would like to think we're a reasonable French brand, and more importantly, we are super respectful of our customers. So fundamentally, we respect the choices that the next generation will make. We are not there to impose our style and our wine. We have our identity, we know what we stand for. If people recognize themselves in the values that we bring, which is around quality, independence, family, being frankly not trying to be everything to everybody, but we have our style, we
Yep.
stick to it. If people recognize themselves in this, then lovely, please come and join the family.
Right. But you're not going to change.
If you don't, look, life is too short, and when we are in a luxury position that we have much more demand than we have supply, so it's about finding those, I hate to call them clients, those extended family that buy into this,
Right.
because when they buy into it, it becomes obvious to them and it becomes obvious to us. It's a two-way relationship.